The greatest prison that people live in is the fear of what other people think.
But you have expressed reservations about voting itself. Where are you on voting now?
How easy it is for a few to control the many. All you have to do is dictate the norms in society. What is considered right and wrong, moral and immoral, good and bad, sane and insane, possible and impossible. And you build what I call a hassle-free zone. And if you live your life within that zone of perception, belief, and what you say and think, then people will leave you alone because you're normal.
And if you wish to attempt to take an opposing view or position, you must butter up the person or group you are speaking to, meaning you must meekly preface your opposition with a compliment or some level of acceptance to their so-called normal position before proceeding.
Well, Bill, I think that the dominant political parties have a real obligation, as Harold was just explaining, to present the voters, by which I mean human beings like me, real vision, real possibilities, and to transcend the idea that they are merely managers of bureaucracies whose role it is to prevent us being, I suppose, bludgeoned by lunatics like the current one. So I feel that what.
But you would agree that it would be better if people had voted for Hillary Clinton, right?
Yes, I wondered if you would ask me that.
Please.
Well, look,
we're getting along.
Do you
so
think?
Good.
And here it is, the "come on now, Russell, stay in line" slapdown. The obvious heavy guilt-laced undertone Bill presents the veiled threat that if you don't think like us or respond like us or believe what we believe, you will be publicly shunned, ridiculed, and outcast. You will be one of them. And we as a group will make you an outsider. That's right, we will laugh at you in public. Despite the slight momentary discomfort on Russell's face and the sense of glee on Bill's face from the complicit acceptance of the laughing audience, Russell, being of considerable character and stature, doesn't let it affect him all that much. Then, more buttering up before proceeding with the so-called dissenting view.
Or the Paris climate deal, or...
It's really, I respect you and I admire you very much, and I think you're a courageous man. One of the problems I have in instances such as this is that politics became so centralised, realistic opportunities weren't offered to ordinary people, and when a candidate like Bernie Sanders emerged, he was not given the opportunities that he deserved. I never voted in my country.
What do you mean he was not given the opportunities?
There was
He was given every opportunity. He ran in America. People voted for him, not as many as Hillary.
I wonder why this occurs.
Most people know, or should know, why this occurs. That includes someone as politically savvy as you, Bill. Bernie didn't get a fair shake, as Hillary was favoured by the inner circle of the Democratic Party and pushed through by the powers that be. Russell goes on to make this point quite well.
You're talking now about the manipulation of boundaries and borders and the way that certain political figures are managed towards positions of power and authority. That exists at a party political level. The Democratic Party had preferences. Their preference was Hillary. You got Hillary lost. And I don't think that this is not. I think you can tell from a glance that I'm not a Donald Trump guy.
No. I'm trying.
Please note, I earlier characterized what Russell was saying as a dissenting view, when in actual fact, no matter how the argument is framed, it is a huge fallacy to believe that the status quo is the better option. The so-called status quo better choice generally only offers mere tiny morsels of what is expected in order that the public can point and say, see, they are the better choice. But again, all that does is serve to show how broken the system really is. All of them, the Hillarys, the Bushes, etc., over the past many, many years and voting cycles have done little to nothing, which only serves, for anyone paying any attention who is not shamed into complacency, to highlight how there really is no valid choice.
Problem in our country, because I'd advocated not voting. I said, well, don't vote until they give you realistic opportunities, until there are politicians that speak directly to you, that speak for ordinary working people. Until then, why would you participate in this spectacle? You're being invited to participate in something that doesn't offer you realistic opportunities.
And, if nothing else, it offers the potential hope that a Trump era may be the only thing that can really actually produce a valid option and may turn out to be the only possible catalyst for real change. You know, just like how a devastating forest fire, Trump, produces an amazing, lush and beautiful utopian landscape only a few short months after the event horizon. Yes, it is awful that the forest fire has to happen, but if you think about it, continually voting in the safe status quo will never set the necessary conditions for that lush, beautiful landscape we deserve as voting, tax-paying public.
If a politician on the left doesn't say, we are interested in representing you, we want to take care of you, ordinary Americans, then the bizarre, lunatic rhetoric of a man like Trump is suddenly appealing. We have witnessed this.